You know, I heard they recently decided to add more hops to it.
And I'm in the front row, and I'm hammered drunk.
You do not have anything to drink. Can I get you a tasty refreshment?
Yes. I'll have a beer.
Wunderbar.
Hey, careful, man. There's a beverage here, huh?
And welcome to another episode of the Buzz Basin Bros podcast. My name is still Aaron, and I am joined by Senior Stogie, Andy.
Hey, that's me.
How are you now, good buddy?
Good.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Andrew was regaling me with the tale of his day yesterday and how if someone offers you a stogie,
It's just so rude to refuse.
I don't really smoke cigars though.
Okay.
Like if somebody offers me a beer, I'm gonna take a beer. It's probably in the same kind of realm. I
yeah,
guess.
same kind of realm,
Yeah.
right? It's so if I offered you a wood-tipped black and mild,
I don't like wood tips.
I thought you did.
No, plastic tips.
Fine.
You can bite them and make the hole bigger.
If I offered you a plastic tip black and mild
Wine.
Thank
you.
right?
Oh yeah, sure. You spent 89 cents on me. Perfect.
See, it would be rude to say no, especially if I prefaced it with, "Yo, Aaron, I stopped on the way home. I know you like these cigars, and you don't smoke them very often. I bought a pack for us to share."
Oh, okay. There's an
Right.
odd number, so we might have to split the last one. They come in fives.
Ooh. You take a puff, pass?
Yeah. Oh, actually, no. It's puff, puff, puff. Pass.
Puff, pass?
Back in the day, when it was tough to illegally obtain black and milds, we used to call each other and say, "Hey, do you want to meet up and smoke a black and mild?" And we'd meet up at a parking lot, and we'd smoke the black and mild, and then plan our next move. And yeah, it was a social event
Okay.
back in the day.
Okay.
Now I'm of age, and I can just buy whatever the fuck I want
Because you're old.
we live in rural Illinois,
Girl.
and we're 30 minutes away from a weed store. Multiple weed stores. I could go buy weed if I wanted to. I don't, because I have to be a good boy,
Same.
and my job
Well,
drug tests me
You know, I have
randomly.
I
which is
have
horse
actually
shit.
started thinking about it.
Oh, yeah?
I don't think I would ever smoke weed.
Why not?
Because, I mean...
I think it would be funny as fuck.
Oh, I'm not saying that I wouldn't partake in like edibles or something, but I'm just saying to me, I think the allure of getting high would have to be from the edibles,
Okay. It's a different kind of high.
which is fine, because to me, like, one, I smoke stogies, so I don't really inhale.
Right. You'd have to think about it. I don't want you wasting my fucking weed.
Exactly, and I don't want to waste anybody's weed.
Right.
So
That's the crime against humanity.
whereas, you know, I'm a slut for gummy bears.
Yeah, your dad got into the edibles for a little bit. I might have tried one or two.
So that I got thinking about that the other day for some odd reason. I'm like, yeah, if I ever do anything, it'd probably be gummies.
And actually, edibles, they hit differently because you're ingesting the weed differently, but you can kind of plan ahead. So you can eat the gummy, and then you're like, all right, I got 45 minutes to an hour to get settled in and, you know, do whatever the
To
fuck.
nest.
Right, to nest or, do whatever the fuck you're doing before it hits you like a fucking freight train. Go, holy fuck, I'm high.
Yeah.
You
Which
can
is
settle.
fine
You can
because-
settle into a chair and have a couple beers or
Yeah.
whatever, and you'll be fine.
Yeah. But yeah, so
Mhm.
it's just rude if someone offers you a stogie to turn it down,
Or weed, actually, too.
or weed,
Yeah.
or a cigarette, or well, I'd still probably pass on the cigarette. Beer though, for sure, right?
Right,
Unless I have like someplace to actually, unless I have a valid excuse,
right.
right? No,
Or it's
sorry,
just a shitty beer.
I got to work in 30 minutes. I can't do it. Yeah, or someone offers you like a Hams
Why are you hating? Why do you guys hate on the hams so much? Like, I don't understand. It's not bad beer.
Oh, speaking of bad stuff, did
God.
I ever tell you about?
The time you fucking shot up black tar heroin in an alley?
No. Jesus, no.
Did
Never done
cocaine
heroin.
off a stripper's ass?
No.
But you won't drink hams. Unfucking believable.
I was at one of my cousin's bachelor's parties.
Was there a stripper?
No.
Cocaine on her butt cheeks?
No. No. There was
Well, it doesn't sound like a good
There was a
bachelor party
very
to me.
busty cigar label sticker, and that's about it.
What?
You know how the cigars have the wrappers?
The band,
The band, right? There was a very busty lady on one of the bands. That's
Mm-hmm.
about it.
No,
Otherwise, total sausage fest. As it should be
that was
for a
the most-
bachelor party.
That was the most feminine thing
Yes.
in the whole bachelor party.
Yes.
So no strippers with cocaine on there.
Yep.
Derrieres.
So it was at a sportsman's club, like a little, we did kayaking, we did fishing, like, manly shit.
Activities.
Yeah.
Activities are important.
And the best man, like, we're winding down. It's starting to get, somewhat dark. So we're winding down with the outdoor activities. And we're like, hey, man, let's all light up a stogie. Right? And Adam and I have had, at this point, years of tutelage from Fred.
Of course.
Of course.
Your dad, he's used to be a worse influence.
Yes.
But he's an influence.
He's an influence.
Yes.
Right? So we already had our little travel cases with our stogies, the ones that we like, the ones, tried and trusted.
With the humidity packs.
Yep.
I still have mine
Yep.
somewhere.
So we
You
had
got yours are deeper. Mine is longer.
Yes. Yes. So we had ours.
Different
Right.
shapes.
Mine's all about the girth.
My length for mine.
Yeah. You know what? It's just how you use it.
Yeah, motion of the ocean, baby.
Yeah.
But it's a Jeff Foxworthy joke. You can't get to England in a rowboat.
Correct.
Yeah, any hoodles.
Any hoodles. So Adam and I already had our own stogies.
Edifying dick jokes.
Yes. But the best man brings out the Ziploc bag full of stogies. And we're like, oh, well, what you got there? And he's like, I picked these up at the local, humidor, the cigar shop.
Mm-hmm.
Is
You say, is there a better sound in the world? Is there a better smell than a decent sized humidor in the world? I don't know if there is.
I don't know.
I'm not
I
a
don't
cigar.
think so.
I'm not a cigar guy, but the combination of the leafy tobacco and the moisture in the air. I mean, that is
That great smell.
that and gasoline.
Potpourri. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Those are probably some of my.
Manly shit.
Yeah,
Manly scents. Ooh, speaking of manly scents, I'll come back to it. I'll come back to that
if you remember.
if I remember. If not, no biggie. Any hoodles. So the best man brings out this Ziploc bag of cigars. He's like, I picked this up at the local humidor and yada, yada, yada. And so we start looking at them and we see the busty lady on one of the bands. And we're like, we haven't heard of like really any of these cigars. Like, how much did you, like, these are pretty decent sized cigars. You must have like spent like $300 on these stogies. And he goes, no, I spent like a grand total of $50. And we're like, how much is the most expensive cigar in this bag? And he's like, $3.50, $4. I'm like,
Jesus.
You know what? I think we're gonna smoke our own.
I think you're gonna pass. Yeah,
We're thank you,
because
we're smoking with you. We're not gonna like leave and just go inside and
fuck you and your
yeah,
cheap
fuck
ass.
you guys and your cheap asses. No, we'll still sit here on the porch and we'll still smoke, but we'll smoke our own
because I've found. I mean, I'm not a cigar snob by any means. I mean, like $8-10. That's a
decent cigar.
It's a decent cigar in my mind, but
Right.
I'm not going to go spend $30 on a fucking cigar.
I have before.
I figured you and your dad both have,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to go spend $30 on a fucking cigar.
But
Because I get to about a third of it and I go, all right, I'm fucking bored. I don't
Yeah.
want any more of this anyway.
So we all light up our cigars. Adam and I light up our own, and we get nauseous just being near their cigars.
Oh, they're that bad, huh?
The best man picked one of the biggest, lengthiest, girthiest cigars out of the
Churchill?
bags, right?
Yeah. Fucking
And was
long fucker.
yeah, and went to smoke it, and he was a trooper.
He
right?
lit it up and it smelled like dog shit.
It smelled like dog shit. Right? He had to puke and rally because of the cigar.
Oh, yeah, well, you know.
And they were that bad. And afterwards, we're like, all right, bro, what did you learn? And he's like, I'm never shopping clearance cigars again.
Yeah, don't do it. They were probably dried out. I mean, that's the cheap shit that
Yeah.
they never sold because they're
Exactly.
fucking cheap shit.
And they're dog shit.
When we were on our honeymoon in Mexico, there a couple of the nights there was a guy there hand rolling cigars.
Guy or?
It was a
lady?
guy. It was a guy.
Oh, okay.
It was a dude. Do you want a cigar? Sure. And fucking, all right, here you go. And they actually weren't that expensive. So I got to sit on the beach and smoke a cigar, and it was really nice. But it was, I don't need a big one. Just give me a little fucking stubby thing.
Yeah.
'Cause again, I get
nice
bored.
little one.
Yeah.
The Juicy Lucy's, I forget who makes them, are really good.
Is that acid?
I think so. They might be the acid.
The last couple of
they're only
times-
like half-inch wide and probably 3 inches long.
I think maybe those are acid. I don't know. Last couple of times we went to Nikki Blaine's, I'm more into the whiskey than I am the cigars. So I just get, like a cold infusion, whatever.
Yeah. Cold infusion is actually one of my go-tos.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
At Nikki Blaine's prices are inflated, but mid-level acid,
Yeah.
and I'm fine with it because I'm not a fucking snob.
Yeah.
So that's what I usually get anyway, because I'm a cheap date.
Yeah, you are.
Dude, I drink Busch Light.
Actually, I told the story of when we went back to your hometown, and we stopped at the cigar bar or the smoke shop.
Oh, yeah. That
Right?
that place isn't open anymore.
It's not?
No, it closed.
Oh, man.
I know. I like that one. They had a medium-sized humidor, but their prices were pretty reasonable.
Yeah, because I bought 2 stogies that night, and I
Yep.
smoked the one, and then I put the cold infusion in my pocket, just slipped inside my jeans.
Yeah.
And then I think I forgot to take it out when I went to bed.
And
I
smushed
actually
it.
told this last night when we were having stogies, and everybody's like, oh, no, you ruined your cigar. You smushed it. And I'm like, actually, I woke up the next morning, and it was perfect. not squished, not broken.
It's impressive.
Just there.
You have deep pockets.
Yeah.
I mean, not like lady jeans. Anna bitches about not having legitimate pockets in her jeans. I think that's a conspiracy by Big Purse.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. You buy this Coach bag, but we're not going to give you fucking pockets.
Yeah, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. I was watching a TikTok for whatever reason. It popped up.
Always true. Every TikTok you see, always true.
Yeah. It was this couple getting married and this older lady officiating.
I saw that one, yeah.
And the bride pulls out a tissue from her dress, and the officiant just stops the ceremony and goes, "Oh my gosh, you have pockets!"
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
I don't remember who it was. When I went to a wedding and I don't remember who it was, but it was so impressive. The bride had pockets.
They will eat that shit up.
I know. I'm just like, I carry my keys in one pocket. I'm a back pocket phone guy.
Same.
Wallet on the right, because the screens are
no.
so goddamn
Yeah.
big now.
Yeah,
Wallet in the right butt pocket, phone in the left butt pocket, and then anything extra in the left front pocket.
Are you lefty?
No.
No.
I mean, for some things.
Okay.
Jerking off. I mostly jerk off left-handed now. But,
fair
I mean, mostly everything I can do right-handed, I do left-handed.
So I usually
Are you flipped? Wallet on the left?
I have my wallet on my right, and
Wallet
phone
on the right.
left.
Yeah, that's how I do it.
Right. But then, like anything that's in my front pockets is usually on my right side.
I put the keys on the right.
See, I have a carabiner for my keys, so I usually just hit that on the belt loop.
Well, but my keys for my last truck and my new truck, it's the same. It's the fat key. So I shove the fat key part in, and then like the house key and the
Okay.
obviously I have a bottle opener.
Yeah, usually that stuff. Yeah.
It hangs out.
Yeah.
But when I'm hanging around town, I don't carry my keys. I don't
Yeah,
carry my
usually for
wallet.
that stuff, it's on my right side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Phone. I've been a phone back pocket guy pretty much ever since I got an iPhone.
Yeah. I
It fits so much better because you put a giant fucking iPhone even in guy front pockets, and it's just so bulky. Yeah.
Yeah.
When I had a flip phone.
Are you happy to see me, or is that just your phone?
Well, my first flip phone had the little antenna.
Oh.
So that used to go in the left pocket, and sometimes it would actually turn in my pocket and jab me in the dick. But then screen just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and back pocket. It's just so easy to slide it in and out on the left. And
Actually, they made fun of me at work the other day because my phone, as I'm showing you,
yes,
it's an OtterBox, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, for whatever reason, I think it started when I was digging ditches, tiling, field work.
Yeah, that looks like. Did you get a new phone case?
Oh, this is probably 4 months old.
Oh, okay. Well, I haven't noticed.
Yeah.
Well, when we're hanging out, you're not usually on your phone.
Correct.
Well, I'm trying not to be on my phone when we're hanging out.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
But I usually get
Trying
the OtterBox.
trying to live in the moment, man.
Yeah. Take everything in, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, usually I'm too busy bullshit. I got beer in one hand and a TV remote in the other.
Yeah.
You know.
But usually the OtterBoxes that I get have the clip, right? The belt clip.
It's kind of an old man thing.
Yeah, so that's what they told me at work the other day because they saw me put it
On your belt?
in my belt.
But you are a dad, one.
Correct.
Two, you show your butt crack a lot. So that's kind of a dad thing. So why not have the clippy?
I know, right? I thought like
would be okay, so for the thinking about it out loud, if for the older generation that didn't grow up with this big bulky fucking electronic device that probably radiates cancer into our noggins, didn't carry it around,
yeah,
in younger days, like it'd be easy. Oh, just add this thing to my belt.
Yeah,
with
exactly.
my shirt tucked in.
Yeah,
and
your phone and then your pair of pliers because you're a farmer, right?
Yeah.
I used to have a plier holster too. Right. So to me, it makes sense.
Yeah.
They gave me so much crap that
utility. You clip it and you look at it and whatever.
Yeah.
But if I had the clippy, I would put it on the right side.
So that brings me to my next point. The clip, like the first OtterBox I had, it didn't matter which way you put your phone.
Oh, it rotated.
It would clip in no matter what.
Oh.
Right? This one,
high society
only
shit.
clips in the one way.
It doesn't rotate.
It doesn't.
The clip doesn't spin.
The clip spins. Like you can spin this phone on your hip, but the clip points on the actual phone are slightly offset.
Yeah.
And so it wouldn't actually clip in. You could only clip it in one way.
That sucks.
So like if I went to like quick look on my hip, hey, I felt my phone vibrate. Look, usually it was upside down.
Oh my God.
Right? First world problems.
Yes, definitely.
And coupled with the fact that they were making fun of me,
the youngins,
youngins and a couple old uns. I have since, quote, lost the clip.
It's in your car, isn't it?
No.
In your locker at work?
No.
Somewhere on the counter?
It's in the filing system at work.
No, see, there you go.
Yes.
I used to buy OtterBoxes, but I spent the good money on a couple of OtterBoxes, but then I looked on Amazon and my $25, $30 waterproof, dustproof phone case is just as good as the fucking OtterBox.
Yeah. Was your last OtterBox bought at home?
Probably, yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
Fucking, I don't know. Probably 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that the last thing you bought at home?
No. That's so we didn't get to it last episode. We teased it on 2 episodes ago. We didn't get to it last episode. I went back home a couple weekends ago to go to a celebration of life.
Mm-hmm.
My buddy's dad died, and he called me and said, "We're not doing a funeral. We're gonna all get together at the fishing club." And okay, all right, I'll be there. So I rearranged my vacation, and I cut out of work early, and I went straight across the state of Illinois, and went towards my parents. And about 25, 30 miles from my parents, and my truck start making a weird fucking noise. Oh, God damn it. So I went to my parents' place, and I met their new dog.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Big sweetie?
Well, she's skinny sweetie.
Skinny sweetie.
But she's like some sort of pit mix.
Ooh.
Like a tall pit
Okay.
something. It has the face of a pit, but has longer legs than a pit bull. Fucking sweetheart.
Like almost a pit boxer type deal?
Yeah, kind of, yeah. But I mean, gray fur and looks like a pit in the face.
Okay.
Big sweetie. Shelter dog, because that's what I told my parents to get. Don't go get something from a breeder. It'll be an asshole like the last one.
Yeah.
Go get a shelter dog. So my mom's like, I went to the shelter, and they had me meet her, and my heart melted, and I brought her home, and I was hoping your dad wasn't going to be mad. And I'm like, he wasn't going to be mad.
No.
But she's a sweetie.
Oh.
She's a skinny sweetie. But I guess she was like in a kill shelter down south, and then they shipped her up north, and they don't know the history of her.
Fuck kill shelters, man.
They don't know the history of her, but they think that she's never had a home before. So this is her first, experience with like carpet and, an upstairs and a downstairs and a backyard,
Oh.
Yeah.
So traumatized.
Very appreciative. And they'd only had her for, like 2 weeks or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm a fan. I'm a big fan of their new dog.
And I'm sure she'll give everybody lovin'.
Yes. Well, definitely lap dog. Sitting on the couch trying to watch football. Oh. Just look it up. Oh.
Am I supposed to wag my tail right now? No.
What do you want? You want pets?
Okay.
Do you want to come sit on my lap?
Huh?
All right, come here, girl. And then she just climb up, and then she just lay there. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. You'll have to meet this dog.
Doesn't
She's a
try to
sweetheart.
tongue punch your tonsils.
She didn't stick her tongue down my throat one time the entire weekend that I was there.
That's good.
So,
But anyways, your truck was making a weird noise.
so I'm like, my truck it might be fucked. So she's like, all right, well, let's go see Grandma and Grandpa. My Grandma and Grandpa live underneath my aunt and uncle.
Okay.
So they just turned the basement into like this apartment. They're getting old.
Yeah.
They're in their 90s, and they don't want to go to a nursing home because my grandfather is stubborn and,
Like most are.
yes, like a Korean War veteran is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
You're not going to tell me what to do.
exactly. And my uncle has always been back in when he was in high school in the 70s, he rebuilt. I don't know. He was showing me pictures of, I forget what it, fucking souped up, used to drag race people and fuck with people and,
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Well, he has money.
Yeah, okay.
And he has a lift in his shed. So he's like, I know you got plans today, but just bring it out tomorrow. I'll look at it. So I'm like, I thought I smelled something. And so we replaced the serpentine belt on Sunday. I was actually really hungover because I went out.
You went to the celebration of life.
Yeah,
right?
and drank a lot of beers there. And
of course, as you do for a celebration.
Yeah, and we went to a couple bars afterwards and drank some beers, and and then Sunday I woke up hungover as fuck, and then we replaced the serpentine belt, and it was still making noise, and so I humped it back to my parents. I'm like, well, if it gets worse, we'll see what happens. I'm gonna try and make it home. All the way across the state. So I get up Monday morning and I'm like, all right, I'm going to go. I make it about 25 miles out of town. And it's bad. Like, it's just making so much fucking noise coming from the rear end. And I had CarPlay in the truck, and I'm like, find me the closest Ford dealership, and I take it in. I go, hey, there's a lot of noise coming from the rear end. I think my rear diff is fucked. I would like an expert to tell me how fucked I am. I literally said that to the kid working the service department. He goes, well, we're not going to be able to, look at it till Wednesday. I'm like, well, today's Monday, and I'm supposed to be home. So fuck you. So then I doubled back 20 miles, with my truck making a shit ton of noise. And I went to the big Ford dealership, and they put it up on, I was there for like an hour and put it up on the rack. And they go, oh yeah, your rear diff is cooked. Did you know you had a leak? And I go, well, the dealership that I usually bought the truck at and get my oil change that, they said 3 oil changes ago I had a leak, but they said not to worry about it, so I wasn't worrying about it. And I don't climb underneath the fucker. Like I don't pay attention.
So in other words, the local dealership fucked you over,
Probably.
pretty much.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay. And the guy's like, well, it's going to be $3,000 to fix it. You know, parts are at least a day out. I'm like, okay, there's a Jersey Mike's right next door. I'm like, all right, before I do anything, I'm probably going to talk to sales, explore my options, but I need to get some fucking food in me before I make a financial decision either way.
Yeah.
So I went and smashed a sandwich, and I texted Anna. I'm like, hey, because it was like 11:30 in the morning. I'm like, I know you're going on lunch soon. It's not an emergency. Just give me a call. It's going to be a short conversation. I'm like, hey, my truck's fucked. I'm back home. I'm 180 miles from home. Truck might be fucked. Might be buying a truck today. So,
Okay.
well, you know, do what you got to do, Aaron. So I go and talk to this guy in sales. He was actually very professional. I laid everything. I played the game for 8 months, 9 months, whatever it was. I'm like, look, my diff is fucked. I have 165,000 miles on it. It's a 2018. I still owe money on it. How much are you going to give me for it? He goes, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to, you want to test drive something? Like, yeah, I was scrolling your inventory while I was in the fucking knockoff doctor's waiting room. And I'm like, you got a white STX. It's a 24. Here's the number. Like, I'll give you the keys. I'll throw a plate on it. Go test drive it. I'm like, okay. It's basically just an upgrade of the truck I had.
Yeah, the upgraded version.
And literally on the way out to the truck, I'm like, oh, you want me to drive the truck so I fall in love with it? He's like, no, it's going to give me time to try and shop your truck around. You can see if we want to buy it or see if we can find somebody to buy it. So I take the truck for a spin. It's the exact same engine, exact same size. It's a crew cab. It's just white instead of my cuppy blue truck. And get back, and I'm sitting around waiting, and he comes back in, and he goes, so how much do you think you owe on it? And I'm like, probably, I think around 12. I don't know the exact payoff. He's like, I think it's around 12. And he goes, we found somebody to buy your truck for 10. And I look at him right in the eyes and go, deal. Let's do paperwork. He's like, oh, okay. All right, cool. So I ended up buying a fucking truck.
Yeah.
And I texted, and he's like, do you got to, like, call your wife or anything? And I'm like, no. I'll send her a text now, but no. What do you need from me? He's like, can you give me an old paycheck? And we should officially run a credit app and everything. But it was 1.9% APR financing. They gave me $10,000 for my broken 2018 with 165,000 fucking miles. Yeah, it was, and I was 180 miles from home. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to take about a $2,000 hit, but I'm going to get in a brand new truck today, and I can make it home today. And they gave me $10,000 for my fucking broken truck.
Yeah.
He was really, we were doing the credit app. And he's like, do you own your house or do you rent it? And I'm like, well, I mean, the bank still owns it, but we have a mortgage. And he's like, well, how much is your mortgage? And I told him, it's a ridiculously low number because we bought it at the right time.
Yeah.
And I tell him the number, less than $1,000 a month. And he looks me in the, he like turns his head and looks at me like I'm fucking nuts. And I go, no, for real. And he's like, who's that through? And I told him the bank, and he goes, well, I'll have to double check that. All right, go ahead, man.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm not hiding anything from you.
Not lying to you, man. How much do you make an hour? And I told him, oh, so, that times 40 hours a week plus 52. I'm like, well, I mean, there's overtime too. Like, well, how much have you made so far this year? And I told him, and he's like, oh yeah, you're going to be fine.
Oh yeah.
So it turns out, having good credit, you could just go and buy whatever the fuck you want, whenever the fuck you want. Somebody will give you money.
Pretty much.
Yeah. It's the same truck I had, just an updated version, but it's newer.
All I know is the family was down in Branson, and I forget, I wasn't sitting right next to my wife, because I know she texted me about it. I think we saw you either come in or leave in the morning. I think it was leave in the morning, because it was light out. And she just texted me, where did Aaron get that white truck? Because our our Ring doorbell.
Oh yeah, because I came down and stayed with Daisy.
Yeah.
That was the same day that I bought the fucking truck.
Yeah.
I finished up the deal, and what was okay? I have a lot of complaints about this new truck because I'm an old fucking man.
Old.
But what is nice is all my WeatherTechs fit, my truck cover fits. You know, it's the same size, the same drivetrain. It just the technology is new, and it drives me crazy.
Mm-hmm.
There's too much extra bullshit. I don't need the extra bullshit on the truck. But I finished cleaning out. It took me about 45 minutes to get all the. I wasn't planning on buying a truck. So I had all my shit from the weekend, and I had all the shit in the center console, and I had all, everything. I cleared out of my old truck in the parking lot after I signed the papers. It took me about 45 minutes to clean out the old truck and move all the shit. Then I had to drive across the state. I left home, my parents at like 3, so I didn't get home until 6:30 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then drank some beers, watched some football. And then I came and hung out with your dog.
Yeah, until she
Well, I drove the truck down because it was raining.
tongue punched your tonsils.
Yeah, that's right. And then you guys checked the security camera footage.
Yeah, like the next day when we saw that you left.
Yeah.
And like I said, I saw the camera go off, but I didn't actually check it until after my wife texted me going, "Since when does Aaron have a white truck?"
Since that fucking day.
And so I looked actually at
Since
the
8
footage,
hours before I showed up on your security camera.
Oh, yeah, that's not his truck. And I'm like
Well,
racking.
actually, it is.
Well, so I was racking my brain like, did he buy a new truck, or is his truck in the shop and he's got a rental, or like what happened? Like, and that's about the time I text you like,
Yeah.
hey, what's the deal with the white truck? And you're like, it's podcast material. I'll tell you later.
Because I'm an old man.
Yeah.
It's shiny and new, but I mean, I got a new truck. To me, it's not. I mean, I've had a new truck before. It's not that big of a deal. It's just white.
It's just new.
Yeah, it's just new. Actually, I have my most recent complaint about it
Oh boy.
is I go and take a nap on lunch at work
Oh,
because
okay.
I work long
Yeah.
hours. So I'll get a podcast going and I'll set my timer on my phone and then I'll lean back in the seat. I put my sunglasses on day or night because they installed these ridiculous fucking lights on the side of the building. It's like the goddamn sun. That's not the truck complaint, but I've been having trouble napping at work because the new truck smell is almost too overpowering when I'm trying to take a nap.
Oh,
I
God, where's the lemons at?
where's the sweat smell and the old shoes smell?
This seat doesn't smell like my ass.
Why doesn't it? Not yet. Why doesn't it? Why doesn't it smell like fucking French fries I had a week ago in here? You know what I mean? No, it's definitely a first world problem.
All right. McDonald's, Wendy's, or Burger King fries?
Right now, Wendy's.
Wendy's?
Wendy's.
Okay.
But Checkers fries are the best fries. Actually, you gave me 3 options: Checkers, Popeyes, Wendy's.
Okay. All right.
But there's no Checkers. I grew up down the street from a Checkers.
Yeah.
And then Popeyes fries. As long as they're fresh, Popeyes fries. Ooh, Wingstop fries are good too, though.
Ooh, yeah.
But they don't travel well.
No. Fuck no, they don't.
No, because they put them in the bag, and I looked it up. It's the moisture, the heat, and they seal them in the bag because of the fucking Uber Eats bullshit.
Yep.
Even before you pick them up, so the moisture collects in the bag, and then it just soaks into the fries, and don't do it. That's why I'm weird, and I also eat Wingstop in Wingstop.
That is weird.
It's so fucking good, dude. They always have SportsCenter on the TV. I don't give a shit.
That's so weird, though.
I don't give a fuck.
I mean, you are right. The Wingstop fries.
They don't travel.
They don't travel.
They don't travel at all.
I don't know of a good fry that does travel well, though.
Because the new thing is they seal them up in a fucking bag and wait for somebody to pick them up.
Yeah.
So they could be sitting there for 10, 20 minutes, and then they're cold, and they're just so fucking soggy. They're
Yeah,
disgusting.
I just don't know of a good fry that travels.
Not really.
Because
McDonald's fries, because they have so much chemicals on them.
Well, even then, like...
They all have chemicals on them.
Yeah,
but McDonald's.
even up by me, if we like Uber Eats anything, the fries aren't good.
No. Even when last time I was working at the hotel and Anna's like, "Oh, I got to run to town anyway. Like, do you want me to pick something up?" And I'm like, "Yeah, pick up Wingstop." But when they throw that shit in the bag, open up the bag. They were a little cooler than I usually get them when I am a weirdo and I eat in Wingstop. But they weren't soggy. They were just a little colder.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but
The nice part about the Wingstops is that they have the skinny fries, right?
yeah, they're skinnier.
Like the julienne fries.
But they have a little more. They're not just like plain. I don't know. They use darker potatoes. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because we have a Mexican place up by us that have like the steak fries, the big old, crinkle fries.
Yeah.
And they don't travel the best either. But like their big thing is they always send you with like a salsa and like peppers and shit.
Oh.
And if you use the salsa, like it's a spicy salsa.
Ooh.
And so like me, I'll use half the little container like what we have the hot sauce in.
Yeah.
Right? That's like about the size.
That's a big Jello shot.
Yeah, that's about the size that it comes in, maybe a little bit bigger. But I'll use half. I get the tortas, the Mexican sandwich. Mm-hmm. And so I'll drizzle some of the salsa on there and eat it. But then I'll use the other half of the container to dunk the fries in instead of ketchup because I hate ketchup.
Ketchup has too much sugar. You know, before we go, you know who has the worst fries of all time?
Sonic.
Sonic fries are trash. Sonic breakfast is
So
okay.
I win.
No, there is a worse option.
Oh, fuck.
Steak and Shake. Steak and Shake fries are the
Really?
worst fucking fries. They're basically like potato chips. They call them. They're so skinny. They're the tiny fries.
So I don't mind steak and shake
No, they
fries.
fucking suck. They're the worst.
I don't mind them though.
Sonic tater tots aren't bad.
You're correct. The tater tots are
Their fries are mediocre. I'd put those below McDonald's fries.
Okay, fair enough. I do like Steak and Shake.
I haven't eaten Steak and Shake in years.
I haven't either, but I do remember I do enjoy their fries.
I haven't been drunk in a Steak and Shake in probably over a decade.
I will say I prefer the skinny fries over the steak fries and potato wedges any day of the week.
I like potato wedges. The local grocery store sells potato wedges, and sometimes I just like, give me a bag.
It all depends on the seasoning.
Well, you dip them in it. It does fine.
Yeah.
You don't like the skin on the backside? That's why I like the Wendy's fries.
No, I have no problem with skin. It's just, to me, the potato wedges, like the beefy part of the potato wedges, it's really hard for me. Like I don't really care for them.
You don't like how it feels in your mouth?
Not so much that, it's just it's weird. It's weird to describe. I just don't like it.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's very hard for me to get a wedge that I'll eat even with a dip and go, oh, that was a good one.
Well, like when I buy them at the grocery store, it's not like I'm craving potato wedges. Like I need a little something to tide me over until Anna gets home from work.
Do you use your air fryer?
Sometimes.
Because I think that's...
I buy Checkers fries in a fucking bag. I mean, they're not the same.
I think that's...
How could we forget about Arby's curly fries?
Fuck! I was just gonna say Arby's
sell
fucking curly fries.
They sell that shit in bags at the Dollar General.
I have a bag upstairs.
No, I'm good, man. I had a gyro for dinner and fries.
I had white people tacos, and in
boy.
fact, I just burped. And Jesus fuck, the hot sauce is
Rum and
killer.
Coke, and hot sauce.
Dr. Pepper. But yes,
This has been another episode
of the Buzz Basement Bros podcast. Find us on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify. You can find us wherever podcasts are. Spotify, Google Music. No, Apple Music.
That doesn't exist anymore.
Apple Music.
The Apple Podcasts.
Whatever. Fuck you.
I think we're on
Email us.
Podbean, YouTube.
Podbean?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It automatically uploads.
Okay, whatever. Email us at the Buzz Basement Bros
But if
podcast.
they're already listening, you don't need to tell them where to find the podcast.
Tell your friends to find us anywhere. Jesus.
Just Google our shit, okay?
You know what, motherfucker? How many episodes are we? This is what, 146?
147.
147. Out of the 147, I've never corrected your fucking outros
Because
before.
it's correct.
I've never brought up...
Say your fucking name.
Jesus. Fuck. I've never brought up the fact that if they were listening, they've already found our podcast. So fuck you.
What the obviously.
So fuck you. All right? So, listeners, if you have friends tell them they can find our podcast anywhere podcasts
two
could
idiots.
be found. Email us at buzzbasementbrospodcast.com to control what we actually talk about. I'm your host, Andrew.
I'm Aaron, and it's buzzbasementbrospodcast@gmail.com.
Jesus fuck, I'm done.
We out!
Fuck you.
Cocaine on her butt cheeks?
No. No.